now watching Speedia Game TV with your host, Paulie Paul.
My name is Jay Malone. You're now watching Speedia Game TV. Let's go.
Fade away, heavy weight on my shoulders, and I just break away. Rest in peace, my brother, you can thank God for that. Cause I done felt the pain of a body bag. Got me zipping the friend signing this body tag.
Jay Malone, how you get that name?
Well, I mean, my first name's Jordan, last name Malone. I just I didn't want to get too sophisticated with it.
Just easy way to put it
Easy.
together.
Jay Malone, yeah.
So I see you rocking My Own Lane Entertainment.
Absolutely.
Is that like a record label right there?
It's an entertainment label. So what we do is we focus on everything around entertainment. So hip hop, music, making music, shows, live theatrics, events, everything that has to do with entertainment, we do. Not saying like we're the biggest entertainment label on the company. No, we do focus on music, production, things like that, and that's what I do. So I'm also both producer and artist. So
I see you run a studio. Is that one of your main focus? Are you engineer too?
yes. So my main goal is to be able to have everything come out of this studio, right? Everything done within the studio. You know what I'm saying? No outsourcing. No, sending us files for mix and mastering, none of that.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? So we do everything here. Make the beat, record, mix and master, engineer, post-production, everything. And if we don't know how to do it, for some reason, we learn. That's the good thing about us. Yeah.
Nice. So how long would you say that you've been producing and being an artist?
Well, being an artist, probably like double-digit years. I mean, not professionally though. I didn't start recording professionally until about at least 6-7 years ago. And production, I didn't start that till about going on 2 years right now. When that's making beats, learning how to mix, master, everything. You know what I mean? Literally just took it by the reins and did what I can with it.
I was checking out one of your videos, Rainy Days.
Mm-hmm.
Were you speaking about one of your friends that passed in the video?
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, I appreciate you guys coming out today. As we know, almost 2 years ago, Ivan passed away, and I know this is something he would have wanted, bring the family together, everybody underneath one roof or whatever it may be, and just to give thanks. I appreciate y'all, and honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say, but, hopefully the words to the song can speak for me.
So, in my life, I don't really attach to people, you feel me? I don't do that. Like, my circle real small. Most of the people that I keep around me are my blood relatives already. You know what I'm saying? So he was my best friend, you know what I mean? Not blood or anything like that, but his mom took me in when I was at a low point in my life. And I took care of him ever since, you know what I mean? For real, when I didn't have nothing, I was in between jobs or something. He gave me a place to stay. You feel me? And then the roles reversed for a good group of years. So he was living with me at the time when he passed away, and I ended up coming home one day and finding him passed away in my house. So yeah.
Did it affect you?
Oh, dramatically. But honestly, he's with me. Every day he was with me in the studio then, and he's still with me. You know what I mean? I feel he's still with me right now in the studio, you feel me?
So also seeing one of your newer videos, Hey Yo. How was it like recording that? I see you had a prayer session before the video. You heavy religion?
So yeah, so for me, I'm like, all right. So if I wasn't a rapper, I'd be full blown Jehovah's Witness. I promise.
Dear God, we gather here today to give thanks to you, give thanks for our blessings, I appreciate everyone that has came here and everyone that you've brought into our lives.
I have a heavy footprint in religion. I have a heavy moral background, I would say. I don't really. I smoke weed and do what I do and stuff like that, but all about the Ten Commandments. You feel me? All about Judgment Day. All about how I'm reflected in God's eyes and stuff. So I'm not out here crazy. So you see it reflected in my music, a lot of religion, me talking to God, prayers, like personal prayers. I would literally put that in my music, like, you know what I mean? Talking, like having like a confessional moment, I would say. And that's just, I feel talent, skill, the ability to do what we do is given by God. Our time is the most valuable asset. So many people take advantage of it. You feel me?
Also see you had a recap
Mm-hmm.
of the Brooklyn Music Chicken. I mean Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it like the experience going there?
All right, so Brooklyn as a whole, I definitely gained a new experience just being in a different city. I mean, we're always in different cities, but that was our first time in Brooklyn. We had an expectation kind of way because, like, for us, who we originate with, which is Wu-Tang Clan, and what I mean, we associate with them on a daily basis. So it's like that's the mecca of hip hop, New York. You see, so I'm saying, so we came in there with a different expectation. You know what I mean? And it was cool.
Yeah, we out here at the Brooklyn Music Kitchen doing our thing. Yeah, stay tuned for that footage, you heard? If you ain't here, just ain't here. Let's go.
And it was cool nonetheless. You know what I mean? But like, in this industry, we definitely realized that, we associate with many different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the artists, hands down, some good performances, like for real. Like some people that can go a long way. I take nothing from it. Like as far as like the talent. You know what I mean? Straight up, like regardless of how it was promoted, regardless of the location, how parking was, what we were dealing with for promoters and things like that, like the artists, they were coming there for.
That's what's up.
So
So how different do you say did you think how different from your perception it would be is from how it actually was? Was it a lot different?
So for me, honestly, like I want to perform in front of sold out crowds. You know what I mean? So my perception, like like I expect, like I seen a video of the venue, things like that. I know what to expect, but I was more culture. You know what I mean? I'm coming in Brooklyn, hip hop. I'm thinking rap. I'm thinking I'm about to perform. I expect to see culture. I did see culture. It was just. I wouldn't say it was Brooklyn culture. I would say it was a variety culture. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, your Latin dancers, your Latin singers, and stuff like that. You don't see that in Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying? So I wanted to see the Brooklyn culture. Honestly.
Okay. And you said that you had your moms with you.
Yes, absolutely.
How's it having your moms with you that's watching
So-
perform?
Honestly, it's a blessing, for real, for real. You know what I mean? Like, there's very few people I can just lean on. My mother is one of them, and I'm happy to have her around and have her involved. And honestly, like, that's just a blessing.
That's what's up. Also checked out YouTube. You have a open verse challenge.
Mhm.
Has anybody stepped up to the plate?
Nope.
No, not yet.
I mean, a couple people have, like, saved it and, did IOUs and said I was going to do it, but never came through.
Oh,
I'm cool. Yeah, I mean, like literally all the beats I make, I rap to anyway. I'm good.
okay.
That's how I was just trying to extend an olive branch to some networking and maybe some content creation.
Nice. So how long do you plan on keep doing that, like the content in between you dropping the music?
Well, the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the resources that the mainstream artists have, I don't have. But I still got to keep up.
Nice.
I'm not saying I'm always gonna keep up, and I'm not saying it's I'm there. I'm not saying that at all. But I want the people to know about my life in a detailed way to where it's easy to read, easy to watch. In order to do that, I need to create content that's easy viewable.
Right.
So, I'm learning and I'm in the perfect spot for it. You know what I mean? Megaland, a multimedia international, study underneath White Ape. I'm not saying I'm studying underneath him, but like I want tips and hints, like for real, he's accessible. You know what I mean? So like him, books, you know what I mean? Like what we have here, you know what I mean? Something like no other. Like my content creation game has gone up 10 times what it's been since I moved here.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And for real, like, yo, I want to be able to have the viewer look at my profile and see me. Not just the pictures, but see me as in knowing me. You know?
So you would you say the music that you're creating represents who you are?
It represents how I feel, who I am all the time. Some tracks do, yes, but it just represents how I feel. I use music as therapy. I get everything off my chest when I'm on a track. You know what I mean? I come here, and this may be business, but for me, this is how I keep my longevity. It's therapy. You know what I mean? Like, I release my pain, I release my struggles, I release my love, everything on the track. You know what I'm saying? And this is where the authentic words come from, the lyrics come from, the heart. There's no other place. You can't just write and make something like that up.
So I see you got your name on your shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You custom make your own
Facts. Got you. Facts. Yes. So my own lane entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The weed symbol. We did a stint of where we was doing mostly weed fairs,
Okay.
weed festivals, things like that. And I wanted something that catered to that market. So I got the weed symbol and stuff, and I like it. And I stuck with it. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I got different symbols like this one here. My own lane entertainment. The with the lane stripes in the middle and stuff. But I wanted something that represented beyond us. Like I don't like personally take my own lane entertainment like as me. It's mine. It's mine. You know what I mean? Like it's its own entity, my own lane. It's for anybody that's willing to create their own stuff and not follow a structured path. Anybody willing to not have that full ride, do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody willing to take that struggle or spin through that struggle, this is my own lane is for them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no other way to put it. It's my first label, And I've never been a person that's like accepted by the population, the masses and stuff. I've always been the unpopular motherfucker, the tall, awkward kid. You know what I'm saying? So I created my own lane entertainment to represent and be a statement. This is mine, my own lane. Like I'm not following after nobody's coattails, nobody's helping me. I'm doing this on my own. Like this is my own lane, my own direction.
That's what's up. Looks, I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me.
Thank you. Appreciate you take the time to interview me. Like
What's up, being here? Oh, I see you got lit vibes behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You like to have lit vibes.
The studio is a place of creativity. Like most of the themes around my studio are like space, stars, things like that, galaxies and whatever. And honestly, it's to represent the free reign. You know what I'm saying? Like for everything comes out of the studio. It's crazy. The things like people think of, you know what I mean, when it comes to I don't even know, like there's no telling the vibe that's gonna end the night.
Right.
You feel me? And that's just creativity.
So before we go, let everybody know your platforms they can follow you, how they can get in contact with you, any features, or they want to hear some music.
All right, so check me out. I'm Jay Malone on everything. Instagram is _official_Jay Malone. On Facebook is Jordan Malone, aka Jay Malone, my artist page. YouTube, Jay Malone. TikTok, Jay Malone. Twitter, Jay Malone. Forever Jay Malone. I'm there. I'm not hard to find. You searching for me, you'll see me. Type in J Malone. There's not too many of them. If you can't find me, type in Jordan Malone. I'm there.
That's what's up.